This is Mr. Kaufman from High Five History with an instructional video going over how to use big ideas and supporting details to write and to speak convincing arguments. This video is a good companion video to the parts of an essay. What this would do is break down further a body paragraph, right? How to construct a strong argument, again, using big ideas, supporting details, as well as evidence. So there are 3 steps to argumentative writing. The way I have it broken down is number 1, right? Your thesis, which is going to be the roadmap of your essay, should be supported by these 3 steps. Number 1, the claim, right? What do you think? Right? What reason do you have that supports your thesis? Next, the reasons, right? Why do I think this? Right? What reasons support my claim? And then finally, evidence, right? What can I point to, look at, read, touch, taste, smell, right? Physical, right? Evidence that will support my reasons. Again, the way I like to think about it is historians are simply lawyers of the past, right? Trying to figure out what exactly happened, right? Using evidence to prove their point. Now, how does this break down into big and supporting ideas? Let's take a look. So the big ideas, right, are your claims, right? Those are the big things that support your thesis, right? These are laid out in your introduction, right? You might have 3 if you're writing a 5-paragraph essay. There might be many more if you're writing a bigger piece of writing. Now, your big idea, right? There's your thesis, and your big ideas are going to support it. Right? Big idea 1 supports your thesis. Big idea 2 supports your thesis. Big idea 3, and so forth. Now again, if you were taking a larger essay, a larger assignment on, you might have many big ideas. But for this case, we'll stick with an example of 3 to 4. Now, each big idea or supporting idea, right, needs to have reasons. Right? This is your background knowledge. This is your beliefs, right? What you know to be true. So what does that look like? Right? Your big idea, which would be one of your body paragraphs, then is explained why, using background knowledge. Why? Using, right, your beliefs in your analysis, right? Why is that true? Now, of course, your reasons why mean nothing unless you have evidence, right? Something that you could point to, someone's words, right? A photograph, right? Something, again, that could be brought before the history court of law and said, look at this. This is why my reason is true. So again, how would that look visually? Right? You have your why, right? One of the supporting details for your big idea. And you would then have evidence that is connected to it. Now notice the arrow goes both ways. Right? Your evidence is connected to your reason is connected to your evidence. They go hand in hand. Now I want to give you a view of this, right? So you get a visual lookout of what your argument might look like. Up top at the center and most important thing of your argument or your essay is your thesis statement, right? Supported by your, in this case, 4 big ideas. And for big idea 1, I broke it down even farther, right? Big idea 1 supported by your why with your evidence. Now I also labeled it by body paragraphs just to show you how this connects, again, into your writing. Now you might have more than 1 body paragraph for each big idea, again, depending on the amount of detail and the scope of your essay. Now what does this look like in an example essay? I'll read it aloud first, and then we'll break it down by parts. Rome's inability to peacefully choose a new ruler was one cause of Rome's fall. Right, there's my big idea. Rome's success as an empire was due to the strong leadership of people like Marcus Aurelius, who oversaw the spread of Rome, and Caesar Augustus, who ruled under Pax Romana. Right, that's a sporting detail, right? That's explaining my big idea. Now the collapse came about when Rome went through 25 leaders in 50 years, many coming to power in violent overthrows. Again, another supporting detail. That's my background knowledge that I'm using, right, to explain why my big idea is correct. Now below that, between 235 and 284 CE, there were more than 24 rulers. Document 1. Boom. There's my evidence. Right? I took my general background knowledge, right? I took my supporting detail, and I said, here's the evidence. These years, this many rulers. Now this infighting between Romans caused Rome's borders to be weakened, opening them up to attack. Right, there's another one of my supporting details, which finally led to Western Rome's fall at the hands of Germanic tribes, Doc 2. I hit him again with another piece of evidence. right? I'm supporting my big idea with supporting details, and then I'm supporting my supporting details with evidence, right? I'm covering my bases. These problems in leadership are what led Rome to disaster. There's my connection, right? Again, I want to be very clear to my reader what this is all about. And then finally, again, going to maybe some organizational work, Rome's inability to peacefully choose new leaders was not the only cause of Rome's fall. There's my transition sentence. I'm letting my reader know that, hey, I'm done with this big idea. I'm about to move on. There you have it, right? Mr. Kaufman from High Five History, going over on how you can use your big ideas, supporting details, and evidence to support your arguments and make sure that your theses are rock solid and that you are being an effective lawyer of the past.